For years now, alpha male content creators have caught more spit than 23andMe. It's almost basic human instinct at this point to see a self-proclaimed alpha male, point, laugh, and spit on them, and for years I've made content making fun of these clowns. But I thought the only true way to understand them was to meet them face to face. I decided to take the ultimate risk that not even Bear Grylls would fathom. I dove into the Shark Tank with an open wound and surrounded myself with alpha males. Our original idea was to make a video for the other channel where we fly out some of the internet's biggest alpha males that preach the most awful, useless advice ever and scam their audience and just kind of confront them directly and then amongst themselves figure out who the true alpha is. But what's really weird is it's actually super hard to get in contact with a lot of them. It seems like they don't really want to defend their perspectives when challenged. That's so baffling. That's so weird. It must have just been lost in the emails somewhere along the pipeline. The cyberspace must have malfunctioned, which is why they didn't get back to us on it. Or even more likely than that, they were all too busy having threesomes with supermodels and just couldn't be bothered to check their email because that shit's for nerds. So instead, what we did is we put out a casting call looking for alphas locally. So we were going to source alphas from the local Tampa area, as well as like a general casting call through like backstage or whatever for anyone who identifies as an alpha male, and bring them together and figure out who Tampa's biggest alpha male happens to be. So I want to show you some clips and go over some of the process here. The whole video is up right now on the other channel. I'll put a link to it in the description. It's a straight up banger. Alright, what's being an alpha male mean to you?
Being an alpha male is a lifestyle. It's either in you or it's on you. For me, it's in me. So wasn't something that I just stumbled across. This has kind of been my lifestyle my whole life.
What does it mean to be an alpha male to you?
I think being an alpha male is, a lot of people think about just the physical presence and maybe competing or being able to defend yourself, but I think being an alpha male is a lot about being a protector.
What's that?
We met before.
Where at?
Creator Clash. Like you got something you're passionate about, you got something you're dreaming about, go and chase it. Do it. Why not?
Okay.
You're living. You have the life.
Actually,
Yes.
I do remember meeting him now. He was having a threesome when I walked in on him. It was so embarrassing.
And he was so enlightened during
Charlie,
the
what
threesome.
does being an alpha male mean to you? I'm picking up on some subtle clues.
Non-stop vagina.
Okay.
And nothing else.
And that's all.
And that's all it is.
I'm going to ask you, what does it mean to you?
I don't know, but I'm feeling that guy a lot. I was getting electricity. I feel like once he gets in there, he's gonna fucking domain expand all the other fucking guys.
My name is Blondino Olivero.
Okay, what's it mean to you to be an alpha?
I guess strength, primarily. Just be
Okay.
strong, be someone to lead and guide people.
All right, tell us your name.
Oh, Will.
Will. All right, and what does it mean to you to be an alpha male?
No, I always consider myself like a Sigma. You know, yeah.
What's the difference between an alpha and a sigma in your eyes?
You know, I'd say Sigma's like quiet, you know, it's like the alpha, but the quiet version.
The calculating one.
Right.
How important is pussy in the sigma world?
I didn't expect to see a Sigma male here, because that is like
Well, I knew-
rare find.
Yeah, I knew one entered because earlier, like 10 minutes ago, I felt like this presence kind of shake the waiting room.
Like when we went to the ghost hunting and stuff, and we could feel like something's here.
I'd like Aaron to kick us off with a real brain buster.
Yeah, so we're gonna start right down here, and we're gonna move this way. You guys can't repeat each other's answers. I want you to name 5 women.
Michelle Obama. Angela Davis. AOC.
What's her name though? Not initials?
Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez.
Yep.
5th woman.
You're on 4.
Or 4. Bernie Sanders' wife.
She's got a name.
Wait, she does have a name.
Mrs. Sanders.
Mrs. Sanders.
Pick your name.
Okay, I can move on. Benigno Aquino Jr.'s wife. Cory Aquino, she was president of the Philippines. Jill Stein, Green Party.
I was thinking Jill Stein a minute ago when you started saying Bernie Sanders' wife. That's
Is that
crazy.
alpha or not alpha?
That's a third-party candidate. I think they're.
I do think it's kind of alpha because he kept thinking of men's wives.
Yeah,
instead
he was
of
thinking
women
of men
directly.
first, which I think is very.
That's super alpha.
This was about intelligence. Intelligence, where are we starting?
Well, there's Monica Lewinsky.
Yeah, okay.
That'll work.
That is.
That'll work.
That is 5
How do you
women.
put your head down after Monica Lewinsky? What? And how is it so hard to name 5 women?
All right.
So now it's your turn.
Yeah,
Show
show
us
how
those
it's done.
5
Let's
women.
Jessica Simpson, Beyonce, Kehlani. Do I have to have full names?
That-
Or is
I think
Kehlani
she's
cool?
recognizable as that,
Okay, Shakira, her hips don't lie. Megan Good, that's 5.
That was speed ran that. Okay. What we had happen next is after they all listed 5 women, some of them struggling greatly through the challenge, I suppose. I guess that was like an ultra nightmare mode ask on some of them. We then asked them to rank each other based on intelligence, and the only question we asked was that. So their intelligence was based off their ability or inability to name 5 women, which led to a little hootin' and hollerin', as you would expect, a lot of testosterone flaring up. But what they didn't realize is this in and of itself was an alpha test, because a real alpha would put every other man beneath them. They wouldn't amicably meet in the middle somewhere saying, oh, actually, you're more intelligent than me. Absolutely fucking not. What a load of barnacles. So that was something we were paying close attention to. Who was going to stand their ground as, I am the smartest and all of you are beneath me. I am the leader, you're the followers. So after round 1, we continue to ask some simple questions to establish, alpha positioning here, so that way everyone in the whole class could see a little bit about their competition, and they could use that to find weaknesses to exploit or establish their dominance over them, all kinds of different alpha male tactics. Maybe even charging $18,000 and spray them with a hose in the face if it got to that point, but fundamentally it was just asking simple questions like titty or ass, right? And most men were ass guys. Most people prefer big bubbly butt cheeks, and that's just kind of the way society is right now. Most people are more tuchus and keister oriented. However, I do feel the true alpha males prefer honkers. I am on that side of history, and I think the pendulum is starting to swing a little bit here as more and more people wake up to exquisite bosoms and their beauty. Now, of course, a good ass is always fantastic, but if it's between one or the other, if I'm stranded on a desert island, I can only pick butt or boob, I'm picking boob. Anyway, though, after just like simple questions, little icebreakers and all that, we decided to demonstrate their strength by having them rip an apple in half, which is like the oldest shit imaginable, but also all we could do in the studio without like ruining it. So we got some apples and saw who could rip it in half.
Oh, I think he's got this.
Oh shit.
You got it. Keep going.
He's revving it.
Oh! I didn't think he'd do it.
We went with such a...
Oh! They're all doing it.
I need an apple now to see if I can do that. That'd be hard.
Oh!
Jesus!
That opened before you even touched it. That was insane.
The apple was afraid of him.
You gotta go down. You got it. Go down straight.
And the apple.
Oh! Great job. I'll get that.
Oh shit.
Oh, he's gonna punch it.
Oh shit.
Oh!
Oh! Whoa! He's working.
Splash zone.
That was so alpha, dog.
That may have been the most alpha one yet.
I would...
Oh my goodness. Oh, and a crush.
Yeah, the apple didn't make it 10 seconds.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Oh, and he cleaned up.
That's an alpha move.
Alpha.
I can't believe it.
Oh!
Right in the middle. Nice.
That's the
All right, these
We got
Can we
prop
get
apples.
some apples?
yeah, it's sugar glass.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Are we being pranked?
All right, well that went a lot
Great
better
job.
than I thought it
Great
would.
job. So,
Now the alpha thing is who doesn't take hand sanitizer?
For speed.
Thank you. Who tanks the damage? There he is. He didn't take hand sanitizer.
What's really embarrassing, and maybe it's because we're a panel of beta males, we actually thought there'd be someone that couldn't break the apple in half, and we had planned on just kicking them out immediately. I haven't done that since I was in like actually high school, and I remember it being kind of tough, but I guess I was also like 16 at the time. So I guess I shouldn't be surprised that some grown-ass men could break an apple in half. Either way though, this established that everyone's got some meaty paws there able to bust an apple. And Nathan, he had an interesting technique where he gave it the old what for with a knuckle sandwich as opposed to ripping it in half, which is very aggressive, very alpha. I'm going to skip to one of the final segments here where it was basically a Riz challenge to showcase how good they are at picking up women, just going through their like standard protocol, their tactics, their maneuvers to get laid. And Nathan had a very interesting routine that I don't think I've ever heard before.
give us your best Riz. I'm very excited for this.
Are you a toilet?
Well, let him finish.
Yeah, come on.
Leave it there. Because I'm the poo-poo and I want to be inside you.
I think
We started here.
swap that to I'm the shit. I think.
Yeah. You were so.
I still think she won't love the implication.
Shit is predictable. I'm not predictable.
That was not predictable.
I didn't expect it.
I can imagine once say like a beta male goes in there, he's like,
Keep her on her
"Are you the
toes.
toilet? Cause I'm the shit." You're not the shit. I'm the fucking poop. The big poop. That's all it is at the end of the day.
This guy may know the poop store by heart.
You know, you can measure an alpha by the size of his poop too. So that's probably
Exactly. I had a dream that I had a long poop. I pooped when I woke up, and it was a long ass poop. Vision.
very true.
What does that have to do with
It's Riz, man.
All
You
right,
wouldn't
all right.
understand. It works on
Yeah,
women.
he
not
knows
us.
he's gonna shit big, so he knows she's gonna like that.
I
Like he can
gotcha.
see the future a little bit.
Okay.
No, obviously, I think he's just playing around here. I don't think he was being serious. I think he was just here just to goof around a bit, which is totally fine because it had us giggling hard. But that line right there, "Are you the toilet? Because I'm the poo-poo, I want to be inside you." Like, I've definitely heard the "are you a toilet" type pickup lines before, but it usually goes with, like Aaron said, "I'm the shit." Why would you ever call yourself the poo-poo? Like, that doesn't work anymore, because that's, like, when you call yourself the shit, like, that exists outside of the realm of feces. Like, calling something the shit means, like, it's great, right? But when you call something the poo-poo, it's like you're most likely referring to feces or something like bad. So I don't know why he would choose to call himself the poo-poo instead of calling himself the shit. That just seems like a recipe for disaster. But, you know, I'm not a woman. Maybe it works really well on women. Who am I to say for sure? But anyway, the video was a lot of fun to make. It wasn't exactly how we pictured it in our heads, but it still turned out great. So I'll put a link to the full thing in the description if you want to check it out. I just wanted to talk about it a little bit. That's it. So yeah. Alpha male content creators get more wedgies than the men that they're trying to scam. They get made fun of almost as much as bronies used to back in the day. And right now there's a new clown that everyone is taking turns shooting spitballs at, and I had never heard of this alpha male before, which is extremely rare, like Halley's Comet. Because when it comes to alpha males, I treat it like I'm Professor Oak. I'm obsessed with it. I'm studying them. I'm going out there into the field researching them. Yet somehow this gold mine slipped under my radar.
Here are 3 weird signs that no one thinks you're attractive. Number 1, you have to wait in line wherever you go. People tend to let attractive people skip lines.
No, they don't. Not even in your wildest dreams is that a normal occurrence. Very few souls on God's green earth are going to let someone cut them in line just because they're attractive. Like, maybe there's a couple isolated cases where some virgin goober who used like an Ask Reddit thread looking for advice on how to break the ice with a girl might let her like cut in front of him at a coffee shop or something in the hopes that maybe it'll spark a conversation, he'll get her number and they'll get married. But that's not normal. Attractive people don't just get to part the seas like Moses anytime they walk into a Chipotle. Like, who even hears that and believes him? That's never happened to him, I promise, and it doesn't happen to anybody.
What is that, Chipotle? When you go somewhere and you're an attractive person, people tend to give you more favors. If you're not getting these kind of favors from people, people don't think you look that good, bro.
I just can't picture someone who sits down and listens to that hogwash and like seriously reflects on it going, damn, now that I think about it, no one's ever let me cut them in line randomly, all because of my Adonis-like figure and great looks. I guess I'm really just not good looking. This is something that clearly happens for beautiful people. Fucking cartoons don't even have that happen.
Number 2, women never buy you expensive gifts. When you're an attractive guy, women tend to buy you things of real high worth. The better you look, the more women are willing to go above and beyond to show that they appreciate you.
Jinkies, this guy thinks that being attractive is like a cheat code in a video game. Like everyone just gives over all of their loot to you because you've reached max charisma. Like you just stand at the Grand Exchange in RuneScape and people are just giving you all of their items or some shit. All just because you're good looking. What woman is going up to a stranger and giving him a Louis Vuitton bag because he's great looking? Also, why are you getting a Louis Vuitton bag? I imagine what happened here is he bought her an expensive gift and then told her to give it to him for the sake of this fucking stupid video. That's what I think was going on with that little scene there. I just love his mentality around it though. You might be ugly as shit if people aren't letting you cut in line and if they're not giving you Gucci bags. I'm just saying, Every time I go somewhere, everyone says, holy shit, he's beautiful. Everyone move, move. Can't you see he wants to eat Chipotle? Clear path, move. He's so good looking. Go on. Also, throw your wallets at him, quick. He deserves more items. We have to shower him with gifts to show him how much we appreciate his good looks and he's gracing us with his presence.
And number 3, no one ever tells you bless you. When you sneeze, as an unattractive person, nobody notices you exist. The more attractive you are, everybody's telling you bless you. Why? Because they think you look good. When you don't look good, no one trying to bless you.
This technique is so advanced, I'm shitting my pants. I swear to God, I thought this was satire. I thought this was all a joke, and I thought it was kind of a banger skit, like a parody, but it's not. This is actually, he actually believes these things. This isn't a joke he's making. These are real videos, and this is his real whole personality. It's crazy. He truly believes that people saying bless you in public is an indication that you're good looking, and if someone doesn't say bless you, or if people don't say bless you after you sneeze, you must be ugly. Does he have a brain of like a 6-year-old? What? Just imagine that. Achoo! Get the fuck out of here. This ugly guy sneezed. He sneezed. Hey, that sneeze came from an ugly guy. No one say bless you. This guy looks like shit. He's got a stupid face. Fuck you. Boo! Boo! You're ugly. Meanwhile, if a pretty person sneezes, everyone's like throwing money at them and showering with gifts, letting them cut in line and saying bless you.
Here are some weird signs that you're an average man. Number 1, no one ever talks about your looks. Guys, if you never hear how handsome you are, you're an average dude. Especially from women, if you don't hear how cute, attractive, good looking you are, you're average, bro. Number 2, your net worth is under 6 figures. Guys, you no longer can be a man, an able-bodied man in 2023 in the Western world and have under 6 figures. You're making under 6 figures. Women won't even take you seriously, bro. You're a regular dude. You have to make more money.
This is just a box that you are obligated to check if you want to be an alpha male content creator or a red pill content creator. It has to be all about 6-figure income. That is a necessity. You will not make it in the space unless you are financially shaming the people that are watching you. I don't know why the audience loves to be humiliated by the person they're watching about their finances. It's some real cuck energy shit, but it is a requirement. So he's putting in the work there, letting people know like, hey, no. You gotta have 6 figures or else you're just an average cringe beta. And also, if women aren't telling you you're handsome, you're average. Mom tells me I'm handsome all the time, so I don't need to worry about that.
And number 3, you don't have abs. Every single man should be between 10 to 12% body fat. Being in great shape shouldn't be a choice for you. If you don't have abs, bro, you're pretty average.
It's like listening to a teenage girl describe what she thinks a man should be after watching Twilight. It's so embarrassing. Anyway, though, he speaks about being average as if it's the worst thing in the world, like this unforgivable sin. And that's just a sign of the times where everyone thinks that you need to be like the special snowflake. Everyone's gotta be like the most unique Sigma grinder, or else what's the point? I just find that to be so pathetic. He is an average guy. This is not a guy who's going in the street turning heads. Very few people are. And there's nothing wrong with that. Don't let him convince you otherwise. People aren't letting him cut in line. There's probably plenty of times people don't say bless you when he sneezes in public. And I promise you, sodden panties aren't dropping when he mentions his net worth to women. He even posts some videos of him out in the field talking to women, and they are damn near unwatchable. He has the same amount of riz as someone on Discord does in a Valorant server. It's rough. Like, I've got to show you this one.
Where are you heading to now?
I was actually gonna go to the mall.
Okay.
Yeah.
You seem like a cool person.
Yeah.
Well, we should hang out.
I have a boyfriend.
Okay. No worries. Thank you. You guys to rate my body 1 through 10.
I guess about a 10.
And you?
8.
What do you think I need to work on to make it a 10?
It ain't nothing you can work on. You just short.
Yikes. Oof. That comment about being short hits me right here. 5'6" gang. I feel you, brother. That's rough. But the first one is about like how to handle rejection. In his credit where credit's due, in his defense, at least he wasn't like a lot of the other alpha male weirdos that just keep pushing and pushing and pushing and don't take no for an answer. At least after like the painful 60 seconds he spends of just absolutely hammering this poor woman with tons and tons of questions, he at least just bows out respectfully like, oh, okay, no worries. After just wasting a minute of her time just asking nonsense questions for the sake of his video. spared you a lot of that misery. I couldn't help but leave in that last little tidbit where he dropped the actual iconic line of, "You seem like a cool person." That is verbatim what every trash pickup artist ever has said on camera, and it has never ever worked ever, and never ever will. It was pretty bad. Anyway though, he's not playing a character and these aren't satirical. His whole life and his whole career revolves around his physique and his looks. He's a narcissist. When he jerks off, he's probably not even coming from whatever video he's watching or whatever he's stimulating himself with. He's probably coming to the fact that he gets the honor of touching his own penis. Like, this guy, everything he says and does is all about his own interpretation of his beauty. And he tries to impart that onto his audience and tries to give them advice to guide them down his path of what he believes it is to be a beautiful man. And it's very odd. It's so weird. I actually went to his channel and he was streaming at the time. And he has a lot of content where he just has men call him and he'll rate them and try and improve their looks. So he tries to turn these dudes into better looking men in his eyes. Like, well, I wouldn't fuck you like that. So here's what I would do to help you get to a fuckable point. And I actually tuned in for quite a while. There were a couple of moments where he offered like legitimately good advice in between kind of like shitting on a couple of people, but he did sometimes offer like advice to people that were seeming a bit lost on things, which was cool to see, but then it was sandwiched in between just making fun of the person and offering dog shit advice. I do think there is real value in sometimes having someone come in and just be blunt about things that you might want like a second opinion on, like, hey, I'm not exactly sure if this hairstyle's working, what do you think? And just having someone be kind of honest about it. I wish someone would have done that for me in high school when I shaved the sides of my head but kept the top long so it was a fucking reverse rat tail. I looked like some kind of crazy villain out of the X-Men. But I'm not convinced he's the fucking oracle people should be going to get answers to all their questions or get advice from. It's a real mixed bag, and it seems like most of the time people just end up being the butt of the joke for him and his chat, as opposed to trying to actually offer legitimately good advice. But the point is, his whole identity online is revolving around being a narcissist and trying to be like the alpha male presenting to other men to try and like give them advice and put them on the path of alpha, which is so cringe.
This is how you sit like a fucking man. You don't sit with your legs spread open. You don't sit with your legs crossed. You don't sit hunched over. You sit up straight. Legs are shoulder width apart. Back is relaxed. Shoulder blades are relaxed. You don't sit like you're scared. You don't sit scratching your head. Little things like this, guys, affect how people treat you. If you're at a meeting or you're on a date with a girl and you like this or you like this, she's gonna be like, who is this little girl? Sit like a man, comfortable. You're gonna look like one.
Sitting tutorials? Really, brother? You know what a man doesn't do? Teach other men how to sit. Try and preach about how a man should sit. What the fuck? No, you don't sit like this. 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 You sit like this. And you sit like this. And you sit like this. And then you sit like this. And then maybe you sit like this. With a little bit of honking. And then women are gonna love you. And then they're gonna let you cut in line. And if you sneeze, everyone's saying bless you, I swear to God. And it's all because of how you sit.
It is possible to make your junk bigger, bro. You just don't know how. There have literally been clinical studies that prove that using traction devices, lengthening devices can improve your size over time. The problem that men have is you don't know which routine or what to do to actually make it work. What I'm gonna say is improving your size is possible, but it takes a lot of time and you need to do it the safe way. I've been improving my size for over the last year and a half. I've helped other guys do the same thing. You can see their results as well.
Please don't tell me you are giving men advice on how to make their cock bigger in Discord messages. That is so fucking weird. What? Oh god. So I told you Jelking is back. Like, Jelking has made a huge resurgence. So he has a couple videos about making your penis bigger, like enhancing wee-wee size. And so he has like a couple of shorts about it. Brother, what? And he's talking about how he's been working on his size too, which is a huge self-report on that. That's telling me that you got a small wiener and you're coping with it a little bit. Like, man, why? This is not alpha anymore. It never really was in the first place, but Jesus. Giving PP enhancement size tips through Discord messages? What? Anyway, though, I'll stop yapping about it. It's just always so fun to find a new alpha male to talk about and joke about, so I just had to talk about it a little bit. That's it. See ya. Online gurus are out of control. It's actual lunacy right now. Last month I was making fun of that goober who was saying things like, if you walk into a coffee shop and don't receive a round of applause and oohs and ahs from everyone there as they crowd surf you to the front of the line to receive a free coffee, it means you're ugly. Unlovable ugliness that you have is making everyone around you miserable and you'll never find true love. This is a normal experience every beautiful person has. It's just the wackiest shit ever. And today I just learned about a new weirdo who's making claims that if you don't sit down on a bench properly, it means people don't take you seriously. So he's trying to educate people on like proper sitting techniques as well as how to carry a folder like a man and how to have your coffee cup serve you.
Brother, you have to be present with anything that you do. Simply taking a seat. If you're not paying attention, you start looking around and drop it. That's gonna take away from your first impression. Lowers your status. And people around you, not gonna take you seriously. Move with purpose. So know already where you're gonna land, where you're gonna take a seat, and make it look effortless. Like an expert, not like a dog that's trying to take a dump.
Yeah, all those sitting experts, you want to emulate them. I feel like as long as you get those cheeks on the target, you've fundamentally become an expert at sitting. I don't think there's like ranked or professional levels of popping a squat, you know what I mean? But like, this is what I'm talking about. Like, there are so many people like this guy who just overcomplicate the most basic human activities and put so much emphasis on it to an absurd degree where they're claiming like this is going to ruin your first impression and lower your status. It's going to knock you down a few elo on the chair sitting competitive circuit. No one thinks like that. Absolutely nobody. This is unhinged behavior. No one's going to see you sit on a bench and be like, well, I calculated his intent there and I don't think he hit the landing mark he was aiming for. So I can't trust this guy and I now view him very differently. He is lesser to me now because he sat in a less than perfect manner. He is clearly not an expert when it comes to sitting on a bench. It must be fucking miserable to be the neurons in this guy's brain because he's activating them to like optimum levels just to figure out how he wants to sit on a bench. All right, I have to account for wind speed here. I need to make sure left cheek gets approximately 15 centimeters away from the fucking armrest. Oh my god, it's coming! We're running out of time! We're going in for landing! Oh, I stumbled, everyone hates me.
Sure you don't ruin your first impression taking a drink from your favorite latte. How about you do this? Stop serving the cup. Drink it like a man. How did it look?
It looked robotic. Looks like Detroit Become Human. This guy's voice sounds like AI as well. What do you mean, stop serving the cup? You just drank coffee. Can you imagine a world, the world this guy lives in, where if he like accidentally leans forward a little too much to drink the coffee, he starts like looking around frantically, expecting the entire establishment to just go, ew, did he just serve the coffee cup instead of letting it serve him? Oh my god, what a subhuman beta male. He didn't drink that shit like a man at all. Brother, you're drinking coffee. Nobody gives a fuck if you lean over to drink the coffee slightly, or if you're standing upright like you're setting a screen in basketball and then bring the coffee cup up to yourself. No one cares.
You ever wonder what it looks like from the side when you take a seat at the dinner table? Most of you will be leaning over the chair, pulling it over, then coming in and make it look effortless. Make that chair serve you. How does it look?
It looks like an Oblivion NPC. I've made that comparison like 3 times over the last month, but we are devolving to a point where people are emulating the behavior of the NPCs in fucking Elder Scrolls. That guy is actually going through the same animation they do when they sit down at a bar. What the fuck? It's so weird. That's like his catchphrase, make whatever serve you, which is just a straight up nothing statement. That's like me saying, I've been thinking, and now I just had a thought. Like, there's no substance to that. It's a fucking chair. No matter how you use it, it is serving you regardless. It always ends up the same. Your asshole planted on the chair. It is serving you no matter how you get there. The only time the chair wouldn't serve you is when you don't end up sitting on it. That's the only circumstance where that's a possibility. There is no universe that exists where you end up serving the chair, unless you put a chair on top of another one and then never sit on it. It doesn't make any fucking sense. None of this does. Like, he gives these tutorials on shit like sitting down.
Here I am, grabbing it like an ape and coming to business meeting. Make sure not to use underhand grip when carrying the folder. Making it all about the folder, but not about yourself. You grab the folder, approaching the business meeting, in this manner. How does it look?
This one makes a lot of sense. You could lose your job over the way you handle your folders there. I can already picture it now, getting called into the big guy's office. Hey, listen, Charles, we loved having you at this company, but I saw you walking down the hall just a moment ago. It was very clear you were making it all about the folder. We're gonna have to let you go. Thank you for your great work over the years, but we can't have that. You need to be the one serving the folder. We won't have this company infiltrated by you vermin, you cretins, that treat the folder like the center of attention. You gotta grip it like a man. And you're clearly not a man. So goodbye. And good riddance. To be honest, the more I watch, the more I start to understand. I've been looking at things a little differently in my room, starting to take notice of what I've been serving as opposed to the other way around. And the most obvious culprit is my mic. I've been the one serving my mic. I'm speaking to it. It's not speaking to me. So I'm going to change that right now. I'm going to let it serve me. How did it look? What a sad, lonely existence this must be. To be in this man's skin, walk a mile in his shoes, where he's self-conscious and insecure about how he slides into a booth. Oh, dear heavens, Lord have mercy. Imagine going to eat with this guy and he's like, everyone fucking stop, wait. We have to be careful with how we enter this booth. We don't want our status to get lowered. So follow my lead. Just like this. Careful. All right, now you go. No! You didn't bend your knees enough. You were going to slide in here and serve the booth instead of the other way around. Do it again. I won't have you embarrass me.
Fully aware and present, and making any space that we're in serve us. If we're about to take a seat on a bench, we don't want to take too little of space. Don't do it like that. Just don't. Why would other want to notice me if I'm trying to hide?
I just love the way this one starts, where he's kind of like hyping up what he's about to do, which is just sitting down. Like the most normal human instinct ever, just sitting down, taking a load off. And he's like, all right, we're about to do this. This is high stakes. You don't want to do it like this, where you're hiding away, because who want to notice you when you're hiding? And then his big eureka revelation was, spread your legs out a little bit. Or, check this out. The real alpha male move is to just sit the fuck down and not give a shit. I would say that's far more alpha than thinking through every single minute detail of how you're about to sit down, turning this normal activity that every human being does into this massive song and dance with multiple steps that you go through. But, you know, I maybe I sound crazy.
First, I don't lean over it. Actually use my whole body. When I'm trying to shift, I'm not putting my head there and then moving. The proper way to do it, get up, shift the whole body with your head, continue the movement. And it's pathetic if you drop some and you stop looking and acting frustrated.
This is big. This one's actually very important. When you drop something, there are proper mechanics you must demonstrate when picking it up. Otherwise, people are going to look at you weird. People aren't going to respect you anymore. Someone's going to see you drop your suitcase, and then everyone's on bated breath, walking on fucking eggshells. What's going to happen next? How is he going to pick it up? Is he going to pick it up like a bitch? Or is he going to pick it up like a man? This shit is just so dumb. It's unbelievable. And I'm pretty confident there are people that see this and are like, oh, great advice. I'm going to need to work on my picking up dropped suitcases game. I'm gonna need to work on how I sit down. Maybe that's why I've been so agonizingly lonely. People have noticed that I'm not sitting properly. And honestly, I remember when I went to the bar last week to watch the big game, I slid into the booth. Well, yikes. What was I thinking? That wasn't Sigma. Now I know. Now I can fix it. That'll turn everything around. Like, it's not even good advice. Like, it's not even, like, there's no merit to it at all. Oh shit, I accidentally served my coffee cup instead of having it serve me. Damn, what was I thinking? I just had to make fun of it, man. It's just so it's so absurd. That's about it. So yeah. There is no demographic more lucrative than insecure, lonely men, desperate to prove that they can be the alpha male they were destined to become. So we've been seeing a lot of these alpha male boot camps spring up rapidly like weeds in a garden, and I've already covered one of these programs extensively. However, I just found a new one that is equally as embarrassing that I have to just point, laugh, and shoot spitballs at. This is the Unbreakable Man Experience.
I'm strong. Move forward. Move forward. Move forward. I'm a man. Forward. I am. Move. I am a man. I am a man. I am a man.
Just to dispel the rumors, that's not me in the video. I know he's got long hair, a beard, and a white t-shirt, but there's millions of people on the planet that dress like a cartoon character like I do. It's not me, I swear. If I wanted to run around screaming I am a man, I'd be doing it with Matt right now in the back of a Walmart parking lot, not in the middle of a abandoned CrossFit.
I am a man! I am a man! I am a man!
Oh, you can feel the catharsis wash over him here. In fact, I'm getting an experience myself just watching him have this release. Now you might be asking yourself, why is this goober pushing Binging with Babish down a dirt road screaming I am a man in his face? And it's pretty clear, you're a beta cuck. You don't get it. You don't understand what testosterone does in a man's body when it's latent and not able to be harnessed and utilized. This is the power that you can expect when you just fully let go. It's like a Saiyan going Super Saiyan for the first time. Like, the earth around him is shaking. Luckily, they had a gimbal, which kept the camera steady. But if you were there, you were probably registering an earthquake on the fucking Richter scale with this guy having this kind of release. As the caption says, this is a man overcoming his fear and asserting his power. Dropping the sarcasm for a moment, I'm extremely curious what fear this guy had. A fear of bald people? Like, what did he overcome here? A fear of yelling, perhaps? Has he never played Xbox Live? It's pretty much nothing but yelling. I'm sure he's yelled in his life. Like, what fear did he overcome here? And also, what power was he asserting? He was just yelling in your face because you told him to. He's following orders. He's not even asserting himself. He's being subservient to you. And he also paid thousands of dollars to be here. So he's also been financially butt-fucked by you. You have dominated this man. You've got him on a leash. This is the furthest thing from being assertive I have ever seen. So what in tarnation did he actually overcome in this exercise? Like, if he has a fucking flight phobia, like I do, he didn't do anything to conquer that. He's still gonna be afraid of planes. Like, nothing happened. All he did was yell in your face. Like, you're giving him this delusion of accomplishing something.
There. 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 There.
The caption on the video was correct though. You won't believe what happens at the end. The two share a passionate kiss and make love by candleside. So he's now in this like refractory period, I suppose, where he's overexerted himself. He is overrun with emotion because he allowed himself to let go and assert himself. So yeah, now he's on cooldown. He blew his load. He used his ultimate, so now it's recharging, and he's being coddled by the instructor. When a man taps into his power, a grieving process happens. This is a natural release of the old self. And the new self is 10 times more pathetic and 5 times as broke, since you're thousands of dollars in the shitter for this worthless experience, this worthless 3-day camp that you've attended here. Honestly, grieving in this situation does make sense though, because you've wasted thousands of dollars now in this position, and it's all caught on video too with this embarrassing moment. Like, this is undoubtedly something that you're going to be getting red in the face over for years to come when you reflect on it. And what a pseudo-intellectual statement that when a man taps into his natural power, a grieving process happens? In what universe? Ugh, I'm too powerful. The world wasn't ready. My natural power. It's overwhelming to mere mortals. I shed tears for them. Now they'll have to be in the presence of the alpha male. I've awakened.
There. There you are, child. There you are.
Now that is how you do marketing right there. That's a masterclass in advertising. You're telling me if I sign up for the Unbreakable Man experience right now, I get the privilege of getting to shed tears and moan into a grown man's chest in the middle of a dirt road while he nibbles on my man bun? What? I'm ready. I'm out the door. I've got the credit card and all the wacky numbers on the back ready to give it to you. And what's that? It's only $3,500 or 3 easy payments of $1,250? I'm losing money not signing up for the Unbreakable Man experience. Now, before diving into why I might want to sign up for the Unbreakable Man, I do want to say that I recognize that yelling and screaming and just like going hog wild does make you feel better sometimes. Like having that big release is actually sometimes pretty helpful to just dump emotions out there. But the beauty is, I can do that for free. Everybody can. I would never pay $3,500 to have a self-proclaimed guru tell me to hoot and holler at this boys' summer camp for the band club. Why in the fucking world would you be paying for that? It's such an unbelievable waste of money that's preying on the gullible people that are desperate to have something in their lives turn around to improve their situation, not realizing that they're only falling deeper and deeper into a bad path. They're being led by scammers who are just taking money out of their piggy bank and getting nothing of value in return for it. It's fucking sad. Like, I do legitimately feel bad for the people that attend these courses. They're not in a good spot, and they just want something better for themselves, and they buy into this brainwashing from these absolute fucking heathens that are telling them that this is the way. This will unlock your true potential. This is how you become an alpha. Right now, you're a bitch, but with me suckling on my bosom and giving me doubloons, I can change that for you. And they're so desperate that they do it. It sucks. Like, it really does make me feel bad for these individuals. You know, maybe I'm being a little too harsh on the Unbreakable Man. Look how effective this sounds. It gives you the step-by-step process to take command of your inner world. So it's going to give you a fucking domain expansion, I guess. Optimize your mind-body emotions. Eliminate negative beliefs with the Mindset Mastery formula. Take decisive action in life with the Clarity formula. So many formulas here, Plankton's head would be spinning. Get results you want in life using our gamification process. Though gamification would be pretty hype if they just start turning you into the fucking Hulk or something, blasting you with gamma rays. And reclaim your authentic self by teaching you how to tap into your masculine nature. Important. What I'm about to tell you next is vital to your success. You can't do this alone. Caps locked. That language right there is extremely manipulative. You can't do this alone. It's trying to convince whoever is somewhat on the fence about this that no matter what they do, you can't handle your problems without them. And you can't have access to them, the people that can solve your problems, these gurus, without paying them. It's your only option, because you can't do it alone. It's trying to get them to feed off of them immediately, so that way they're not independent. It's aiming to take away the men's individuality so they just buy into the herd like sheep, so that way they can only rely on the Unbreakable Man network and the ghouls that run it. So that way you can keep being exploited for more money and hosed down the line for it. But check out these cool perks you get. Access to the online Brotherhood portal. Jeez, man, That sounds really familiar. It's almost like every single one of these scams offers that exact same fucking thing. That's odd. That's so odd. But you get 3-month access to the exclusive online network. You don't even get it for life, by the way. You just get fucking 3 months of it. That's like an extremely expensive subscription plan there. And then you get the Unbreakable Man training system. And of course, on-demand support from high-value men in the online brotherhood. Pay thousands of dollars and get access to a couple of YouTube videos and maybe a Zoom meeting, maybe even like a Discord group. Holy shit. Now that is bang for your buck. What an unbreakable man you'll become with all of those videos in the palm of your hands.
In the heart of every man there is a calling. This is a calling to serve a purpose greater than himself.
Yeah, and that purpose is to give all of your money to these scammers. That's the only purpose you serve in their eyes. That's all you're good for to these people. Just a fucking coin block to be hitting Mario for them.
For millennia, men would go through a process of initiation to uncover their purpose, step into their power, and unlock their potential.
The only potential you unlock from one of these alpha male boot camps is the potential to be a shameless pay piggy and just forking over money for mumbo jumbo nonsense. I promise you will never find a purpose while attending one of these. Paying thousands of dollars for some Discord servers and a 3-day vacation is not going to do anything to improve your life. You're just going to be in a worse place than when you started. You're going to have less money and more shame.
Recently, a modernized rite of passage has been created known as the Unbreakable Man experience. This is a process to reclaim your soul as a man.
If you pay for these types of courses, you don't have a soul anymore. Your soul is theirs, like Shang Tsung. For $3,500, 3,500 clams, you can hire a personal trainer. You can hire a nutritionist. You can hire a therapist. You can actually hire real specialists, real professionals to actually help you make improvements in your life and change things and make things better for yourself, as opposed to giving $3,500 for a 3-day camp where you just go and take an ice bath and push a bald man down a dirt road. You're not getting anything out of that experience. You could use that money for so much more and actually make your life better. But instead, people are just getting brainwashed into this dog shit. It's sad, because like I said, people have started to notice that the most lucrative demographic right now is lonely, desperate men. So they're taking advantage of that every chance they get to exploit it. So yeah, just wanted to talk about this a little bit. That's it. So yeah. I've made quite a few videos on those really expensive alpha male classes. They're not classes, they're like retreats where it teaches you how to be an alpha male. The one I've covered most extensively is the Modern Day Night Project, where it's $18,000 and you spend 3 days getting a hose sprayed in your face, and that's basically it, while getting yelled at by some goobers. These pathetic urinal cake scammers prey upon desperate losers and then turn them into broke, desperate losers. That's basically the entire thing. They tell you how weak you are and how it needs to change, and the only way it's going to change is by giving them thousands and thousands of dollars, and that'll unlock your third eye. These goobers will give you the super soldier serum, turn you into fucking Steve Rogers here, and the $18,000 you paid up front is an investment because they're going to give you all the tools to make millions of dollars, and it's going to make you a real strong, masculine testosterone titan. But then you actually go to the retreat and you spend like a few days in a Lowe's parking lot getting a hose sprayed in your face, and that's about the extent of it. Well, I just learned that there's something similar for fathers and sons called the Squire program. It's a $2,000 day where you spend $2,000 to go with your son to throw sand in each other's faces and take an ice bath, and it's supposed to turn your son into a man and strengthen the bond between father and son.
Your experience was, we have a second chance at a father and son relationship, and this time is when we are the fathers.
In their own sizzler reel here for the Squire program, they drop that little nugget. No matter what your experience was, you get a second chance, except we're the fathers. You're my new dad? Like, what? What do you mean you're the father now? This was supposed to be a father and son experience, but now you're the dad. So now you've now taken the role of the papa. Can you imagine being this much of a loser? Where you're like, man, my son doesn't respect me. I'm kind of a goofball myself. I'll pay $2,000 so these guys can go spit in my face. Only to show up and they're like, no, I'm the dad now. Get away, this is now my son. It is unhinged.
A man has the duty and obligation to raise a son who is capable and confident so that he may be an asset to society and not a liability.
You're going to experience pain today. There's nothing wrong with it. Pain is a powerful tool. It's a powerful motivator, and I think it's one of the most compelling forces for good.
You can see where that $2,000 goes. Straight to the production team. Look at this trailer. It's like a new Marvel movie they're announcing here. Because I can promise you that money's not going into the actual retreat, because you pay $2,000 only to jog around a parking lot, crawl around in some dirt, take an ice bath, and learn basic headlocks. All of that you can do yourself for free. You don't need $2,000 to pay some guy to yell at you, LARPing as the boot camp instructor. You, as the father, could easily go up to your son and be like, hey, look, sport, why don't we go for a run? Why don't we get a little more serious about like our physical activity out there? You know, maybe we take classes on, jiu-jitsu or something, or let's get a gym membership. We'll start lifting. You know, you can do those things without paying $2,000 to some weirdos that are just scamming you out of that money. Like, it's so ridiculous.
The Squire program is a 15-hour immersive course where we're literally going to take these young men through trials and tribulations of what it means to be a man. One, go! Breathe, come on. Breathe. Look at me, come on. Don't stop breathing. Come on. Stay hard. Look at me.
Yeah, this is what it means to be a man. Paying $2,000 to some greasy slime ball to say stay hard while you take an ice bath with your dad. If I only had a nickel for every time in my adult life being a man I've had to take an ice bath with Pops. Jeez, right? Man, there's nothing I wouldn't be able to afford. This is stupid. This is not taking you through trials and tribulations of what it means to be a man. This is just them doing, like, cosplay, basically, where this is what a man needs to be. And it's literally jumping jacks in dirt, and then taking an ice bath. You can do that for free if you want to. You don't need to pay this kind of money for it. And, spoiler alert, it's not going to make you more of a man. Spending 15 hours, one day, doing something physically demanding isn't going to change your life. It is going to change your bank account, though, because of how expensive it is. I guess the idea that almost makes sense if you're a brain-dead troglodyte is that by spending 15 hours a day outside of the comfort of your smartphones and your video games and your V-Bucks, Robux, all of that, it'll turn your son into a man because we had him do some push-ups and jumping jacks and some burpees. Like, you don't need to pay for that. If you want, just tell your son, like, hey, let's stop spending so much time playing those games. Let's do more physically active shit. And that would be a great thing. And it's a lot cheaper. And it's not just a one-time thing. Instead of spending one day doing something like challenging, make it a habit. Make it a routine. And I think it could be a great tool for connecting more with your son, daughter, family, friends. Like, hey, let's do this together. Let's start getting more physically active. You'd save a lot more money, and it would be a lot more beneficial because then you would do it more often than just this one time for $2,000. It's just silly. I do think there is a ton of value in doing things that are uncomfortable, getting out of your comfort zone and doing something challenging and tough. I do think that's good. This is just the worst way of doing it and the most like caveman approach to it. Like, oh, in order to make Grok strong, Grok must throw sand in my dad's face. I'm not just pulling that example out of my ass either. Like, here's a clip of them just throwing sand on each other. I don't know how this makes you more of a man. This seems like you're going backwards. This is like a child throwing a temper tantrum on the beach when his parents said he can't have another can of Coke. Their pitch on this program is so cringe, too. How will your son know when he's a man? For most boys, there's no defining moment or experience that tells him he's become a man. In fact, most boys today grow up and never truly feel like a man. That's another thing. On their website, there are so many grammatical errors. I guess becoming a man also means becoming illiterate. Most boys simply grow older, but don't really know what it takes to be a man in today's world. It's such a silly mistake. What a stupid douchebag. don't really know what it takes to be a man in today's world. Did nobody proofread this? Do they just view proofreading as beta shit or something so they don't indulge in it? This is a huge problem, and it's also the reason why so many men today are lost, confused, anxious, lonely, and without purpose. That's why for centuries, tribes and nations have had a rite of passage ritual for their boys as they come of age to become a man. It was the father and the men he trusted who took that boy through an experience which taught him, tested him, challenged him, and showed him what it takes to be a formidable man. The type of man who can lead, love, protect, provide, and be both savage and a servant. A servant? Does that not contradict all of the other shit? You want your son to grow up to be a servant. A servant to who? You guys? One of your little pay piggies? So they can grow up and give you money and keep this cycle going? In times past, this is how boys were shown that it's time to step up and to step into their masculinity and claim their seat at the table with the other men in the tribe. But in our modern culture, this rite of passage experience no longer takes place, and it's why we now have grown men who lack leadership, mental toughness, emotional discipline, and have no definitive purpose in life. But according to you, that purpose in life is to be both savage and also a servant. So the purpose is to give you money. That is the purpose for the men that you guys are trying to train.
Fucking kidding me? All right, let's try this from the push-up position. Maybe this will work better. Let's all drop into the push-up position. Maybe then we'll focus a little more. Three of us understood that command. That is excellent. If you get this wrong, I'm gonna come by and kick everyone in the fucking ribs. You're gonna have to have your head up so you see who I'm pointing at. Go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Wow, what a tough guy. Threatening to kick children in the ribs. This guy means business, holy. You don't want to tussle with the muscle. This guy's not afraid to threaten children.
3. Okay, good. Now you're going to take a right side step.
How much?
Just like you did the left side step, do a right side step. Yeah. And one more. Good. And a little 6-inch right step forward.
Masculinity is walking blindfolded behind a Lowe's trying to avoid barbed wire and planks of wood with nails sticking out, while your dad tries to guide you around it. That is absolutely just a recipe for disaster, by the way, because if the kid, misheard a direction there and just steps on the nail, it's going right through his shoe and through his fucking foot. Well, potentially, I'm sure they would, go in and, move the kid out of the way. But that is still just so stupid. It doesn't even teach you anything. What is even the lesson there? How is that masculinity at all? Listening to your dad, I guess? But is that the best way of teaching it? Here, put this blindfold on. We're going to walk through some landmines. I'll try and keep you alive. It's just the dumbest way of trying to do this lesson of, listen to your dad. It's so embarrassing. For the father here, too. And also, look at the setup here. It's just some pieces of wood with nails and some barbed wire literally behind whatever business this is. You paid $2,000 for that. If you really wanted to walk this obstacle course, you could have set it up in your backyard for $5 with items you could find at Home Depot. It's just a dumb exercise in the first place, though. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention this. Another part of their website has a section about how moms turn babies into boys and dads who turn boys into men. What an incredible section this is. Ugh, moms are bitches, am I right? As fathers, it's our responsibility to guide, mentor, and prepare our sons to take their rightful seat as future leaders. Oh, and servants also. You mentioned servants a minute ago. It's up to us to help make them confident, capable, and courageous. Every young man needs a defining experience that ushers him into manhood, and they look up to you, their dads, to teach them the ways of men and to create that rite of passage. That's exactly why the Squire program was created. Historically, knights had squires to help them prepare their armor, horse, and weapons for war, and the squires had the knights as examples of healthy masculinity, teaching them how to be chivalrous, warriors, protectors, providers, and servant leaders. Your son deserves to be confident and successful, a man of service and compassion, a purpose-driven leader, not like that baby boy your mom is trying to raise him to be. Your wife, she is a harlot that is setting your son up for failure, which is why you need to go behind her back, give us $2,000 so we can send them through the Squire program for 15 hours. Anyway, it's basically the same shit they were doing with the modern day Knight Project, but now it's catered towards fathers and sons, and it's still just as cringe. That's really about it. So yeah. I've clowned on alpha male courses a lot over the years, It's embarrassing garbage that preys upon the most desperate and gullible dudes that are willing to throw as much money at that problem as they can possibly muster, all for the semblance of hope that they can finally stop being a loser. It's actually pretty sad. And it's a very successful business model, which is why you see so many alpha male gurus these days. In fact, it is so successful that now it's spreading to women as well, where there are now TikTok influencers that are marketing alpha male courses for women. Now, of course, that's not the nomenclature they use to describe these expensive courses, but the DNA is all there. I'm going to go ahead and show you the one that has the most legs right now. This is the one that's generated the most buzz from what I can tell.
If you want to be seen as the hottest girl in the room and you want to be seen like royalty, so everyone starts giving you princess treatment, this is what you gotta do. What I'm gonna say is literally the most gate-kept secret. This works even if you don't have pretty privilege, even if you aren't the smartest girl, you don't have the nicest handbag.
Don't listen to her. No Birkin bag, no boyfriend. Everybody knows that. Them's the rules there. You can't find love unless you have the nicest handbag. You can see how closely this mirrors the alpha male courses. It's hitting the same beats. This is the #1 life hack science doesn't want you to know. It's gate-kept. Even though I'm also charging money for the same information. But that's not gatekeeping. I'm trying to give you access to all of it for a low price of only $37 with her course. Wow! Finally, the gates have been busted down for the secrets of how to get the princess treatment.
Like, literally anybody can do this and make people obsessed with them like that and start getting everyone to give them princess treatment, free things, opening doors for them, treating them like royalty.
Zoink, Scoob! This cheat code sounds real powerful. It's going to brainwash everyone around you into opening doors and treating you like royalty, and you don't even have to have pretty privilege or any of the other prerequisites. Well, this is gonna be a game changer, no doubt. She's just giving away the hidden gate-kept information to make you the belle of the ball that you were destined to become. Assuming, of course, you've got your wallet nearby.
Okay, so what you want to understand is that everybody sees you the way that you see yourself. And that the key to life as a woman is just literally learning how to act, learning how to think and feel and talk like you are royalty, like you are a feminine goddess who is just used to getting princess treatment, who literally never paid a bill in her life, who's just used to getting everyone serving her and pleasing her.
She says the word princess more times in this ad than a Discord moderator. It's mind-boggling. But she tries to drip feed you some tiddlywinks of the method here. Now, I think she is completely wrong about people seeing you the way you see yourself. That just does not happen. At least not for everybody, especially when it comes to first impressions. It's just not the way that the cookie crumbles most of the time. But to give a very charitable interpretation of what she's trying to say, I believe she's talking about carrying yourself with confidence. You know, you think of yourself like royalty, thus others might perceive you that way too. And in that regard, she's right. If you carry yourself confidently, it's going to lead to a more positive perception from others, as opposed to walking around with your head hanging low and you're kicking sand everywhere you go, feeling sorry and like doom and gloom. Then people might have a negative perception of you because that's what you're putting out there into the world. That's not a groundbreaking new take. I'm sure you've heard that a million times before, but she's packaging it as something that it's not. About how this is going to enable you to get princess treatment and everyone's holding doors for you because you walk around like your shit doesn't stink. It's not.
The second thing is obviously to dress and act like you are royalty, like you are in your feminine energy, and like you are literally untouchable, like you are a diamond. If you're like, Ariana, how do I even do that? Like, every time I go out, I just feel uncomfortable being in my feminine energy or getting princess treatment, or I just feel like I don't know how to be seen or get people to be obsessed with me. This is what literally changed the way that I acted, the way that I felt about myself, the way that I portrayed myself in public.
She said a whole bunch of words that led to absolutely nothing at all. There was no eureka moment there. There was no kind of like mic drop lore or tutorial or anything even hidden in that. Nothing at all. She just said a couple buzzwords like being in your feminine energy, which she says a lot, and it's also all over her website. She treats the term feminine energy like it's Nin from Hunter x Hunter. It's a little absurd.
And changed the way that people see me overnight. So they started becoming obsessed with me, started opening doors for me, giving me princess treatment, literally trying to do anything, like literally giving you free things just to be in your energy. I downloaded the princess treatment formula to my phone.
There it is. There's the plug. So if you want to know how to get all the princess treatment and have everyone be obsessed with you, where they're holding doors open till the cows come home, and the slight chance that you might walk through those doors at some point so they could be in your feminine energy, well, to get those secrets on how to achieve that, you gotta download her app. That's the only way. I'm surprised that this has been such a successful ad campaign for her, like this push to her formula has worked so well for her, because I think it's just an atrocious pitch. She's giving you nothing. She's just saying, like, so you're uncomfortable in your feminine energy? And you want, like, the princess treatment? You want men to be obsessed with you? Well, here's what I did to get them in my feminine energy. I downloaded the app on my phone. It's only $37. Like, that's not even selling anyone on anything. There's no reason why anyone would even be tempted to do that. You're just saying a bunch of fucking gobbledygook.
And I started taking it with me everywhere and using it with me everywhere. So what the princess treatment formula is it is literally the formula that tells you exactly how to think, how to act, and how to feel like you are the literal it girl. Like you are a celebrity that every single person is obsessed with, and puts you in your divine magnetic feminine energy. So people just see you and they see you as like this little princess who is just this shining diamond.
Oh yeah, I love when they really get lost in the sauce, like so deep into their own ass, just like fucking swimming with the farts in their own colon, that they start throwing terms together and making this like Frankenstein fuckfest. Magnetic divine feminine energy. Oh, magnetic now came in off the sidelines here. I was pretty surprised not to hear chakra thrown around, or maybe like the kundalini perhaps with some 9-dimensional breathing sprinkled in there. I think she could have gone a little harder there on the nonsense buzzwords, but it was at least a good attempt by throwing magnetic in here, because then there's some absolute lobotomites that's going to hear magnetic divine feminine energy and be like, well, I know magnets, I know magnetic. I mean, that's a science term. This must be like the real deal.
And they want to just serve and protect and just make you happy. So what I do is I pull out the formula on my phone before I go out with the girls, before I go anywhere, and I just literally do exactly what the formula says. I start thinking the way that it tells me to do, I start feeling the way that it tells me to do, which changes the way that you energetically radiate, and I act the exact way that it tells me to act.
Sounds like this formula is less of an app and more like a mind control device. Who's behind this? Plankton? There's the chum bucket helmets? Like, what the fuck? Yeah, I download it, and then, like, I think the way it tells me to think, I act the way it tells me to act, and before I know it, I don't even know who I am anymore, or where I am, or what's going on. It's great. It's absolutely extraordinary. And the way she pitches it makes it sound like it's going to turn every man around you in the vicinity to, like, your slave. Like, they're just gonna be, like, obsessed with you, blowing kisses, crawling around on their hands and knees, trying to, like, make out with your toes and open every door, like lay down on puddles, all because this app is telling you, hey, be confident today. Like it's going to be like reading fortune cookie shit at you, I bet. Like, today's your day. Here's how you need to feel. Confident. You are the it girl. Remember that. Okay, now why isn't every single guy falling over themselves to hold this door open for me?
It literally also gives you scripts to get princess treatment from any man that you come across and every single person that you come across.
No, that's too powerful. She's got the Winter Soldier codes. No, not the scripts. Oh, Lord, help us. Oh, God. Following the princess formula scripts, everyone is defenseless. That could be anyone. It could be you, it could be me, it could be your mom, your dad, your dog, oh my God!
Like exactly what to say to get them to open the door for you, to buy you flowers, to pay the bill for you, to always take you on special dates and to spoil you. Literally just changes my whole entire attitude.
I love that, the Jedi mind trick. You want to pay this bill? I'm sure the scripts from the $37 Princess Treatment Formula app are so powerful that you can just say that phrase to any dude on the street and he will instantly fork over the cash for your bills. I have no doubt about that, actually. I'm sure it'll work. It's just such a goofy concept. Imagine someone's a novice to the princess formula. They're out in public and looking to try out one of the scripts. So they're referring to their phone. Pardon me, stud. As you can see, I am a diamond, but my wallet is a little empty. If only a super strong man was around to put money in it for me.
In the way that I act like that, and then everyone else around me changes their energy towards me, changes the way they treat me like that. Like, this is literally the secret, and I'm putting all the girls on. If you want to get instant access to the formula and download it to your phone, take it with you everywhere and literally embody and radiate being that girl. If you want to see all the other girls who are literally using this and changing how they act and how everyone treats them overnight, literally go to the first link in my bio.
So clicking the link in her bio takes me to this page, and I feel like I owe her an apology. I've been saying it's a $37 course, but according to this, it's actually a $47 course, a little more expensive than I was saying. I was cheapening the experience, and I do humbly apologize. Hopefully she doesn't use any of the all-powerful scripts against me and turn me into a bill-paying servant of hers. But she also has something called the High-Value Women Formula. Man, some of those words look real familiar to some of the alpha male courses that are very popular. Now, the reason I thought it was $37 is because on another website that has the same name or the same handle as hers, they have the Princess Treatment Formula for $37, and it has like a very similar layout to the one that's on the other store for $47. So I don't know which one's like the real one, or if they're both real but different prices. Maybe one's old, one's new, I don't know. But on this site, they also have this, which had me giggling. Princess Treatment Formula, normally $250. Can you fucking imagine paying $250 for this? And then they have like a ton of testimonials here. So here's like 3 random screenshots. Hello, Ari. I recently bought the Princess Treatment Formula, and I think it's one of the best investments I could ever make before you. I used to be in my masculine energy. Whatever the fuck that means. I wouldn't necessarily call myself an energy expert, but I don't know what being in your masculine energy would mean in this context unless she was walking around smoking a cigar, dribbling a basketball, and just hitting every stranger with crossovers or something. I don't fucking know. But your tips literally saved me. Every man treats me like a queen now, and it's very life-changing. Here's another one. He took me shopping on our second date and bought $600 worth of clothes, perfume, and makeup. I haven't even kissed this man. The formula is extremely powerful, no doubt. I could see why it was once $250. She's kind of just giving it away now with the $37 to $47 ballpark range. Crazy. I just had to talk about this a little bit. It is so interesting how big this whole like guru space has become, where now it's spread from like the traditional alpha male hustle to now doing the same thing but targeting women. And it seems like it's pretty successful based on what I've seen from it, so I guess it's working there too. I guess this will always just be a very successful business venture, I suppose. That's really about it. So yeah. About 6 months ago, I made a video making fun of something called the Modern Day Night Project, which is an $18,000 program where you pay for a 3-day course where you just roleplay as a G.I. Joe alpha male. There's very few things that separate this program from the LARPers that run around pretending they're wizards shooting imaginary spells. The main difference is that group that's casting imaginary magic missiles and swinging swords in a forest, they're having fun, and that's free. Whereas this expensive pile of dog shit is not fun, it's not free, and they're also trying to convince you that it's not make-believe. At least the LARPers know they're playing pretend. Here, they're trying to brainwash these gullible, insecure men into believing that they're actually getting taught valuable lessons on how to be a successful man, leader, and business guru, even claiming that you can start earning 7, 8, or even 9 figures of income after taking this course. Like, one of their main selling points is, yeah, $18,000 is a lot, but in the long run, it's costing you a lot more being a weak bitch, so give us 18 grand. And what you do is you go out there, you spend 3 days in like a fucking parking lot where they just yell at you, spit in your face, and spray you with a hose. So it's not even like you spend 3 days getting any kind of valuable tools or learning anything. It's not like you're learning how to, get in shape, get muscular, or do anything of value. It's just going out there and being uncomfortable for 3 days. And for some reason, they're convinced that that's a good thing. You can also spend 3 days just getting punched in the face by me, and that would make you uncomfortable too. But it's not going to make you any stronger. It's not going to make you any better at anything. You're still going to be a fucking loser at the end of those 3 days, even though you spent 3 days in misery. It's worthless. It's completely worthless, and they need to break out of this goddamn mind control that these men have fallen under for this. And they really like to harp on that mastermind program where you get to have like a fucking Skype call with them once every quarter or whatever, as if somehow that's going to make you successful. A nice little cherry on top of the shit cake they're selling you that you're eating with a smile on your face. But anyway, the reason I'm talking about MDK Project again is because some clips of it are going viral, and I like to take every opportunity I can to insult this because I truly think that if you are someone that's running this scam or someone that has gone to this and are trying to defend it, you deserve to be made fun of every waking hour that you spend on this planet for this kind of clownery. This is ridiculously embarrassing cringe shit.
Stupid. Are you that stupid? Here's why we're stupid. Here's why. Are you touching me? Are you touching me? Are you touching me? Get the fuck off of me. Get the fuck off of me.
I'm not
you
touching
little bitch.
I'm not touching you.
Fucking bitch. All of you get in the fucking tubs. Get in the tubs. Every one of you. So what are you gonna do now? What are you gonna do now?
Sir,
Every one of you get in the tubs. Get in the tubs. Get in the tubs. Shut up. There is no respect. Get in the tubs. You are going home. Oh, no, you're not. Sit down. You're not going to the fucking water. They're all going in the water. They're all going in the water. You're fucking done. You're fucking done.
I wasn't kidding about that parking lot statement. They set up these adorable, cute little ice baths in their warehouse parking lot. They got the Rob Dyrdek Fantasy Factory built here for the MDK project, but only if that fantasy is just yelling at a bunch of dudes that are really desperate for a change in their life and you're just exploiting that. So only if your fantasy is being just an evil, manipulative con artist. They actually posted this clip themselves, and there's really a lot to unpack here. So the big thing really feels like they love to power trip and just have this authority over these dudes here. And the second any one of them doesn't fall in line and conform to the hive mind groupthink, they're cast out. That is such a perfect encapsulation of this entire program. They just want you to fall in line and be their little sheep. Yet they're trying to preach the opposite. You're a sheep, and the only way to break out is by giving us 18 grand. We'll give you the tools to break out. But then the second you stop following my orders, you're fucking out of here and we're keeping your 18 grand. It's painfully obvious that it's just a different hive mind they want you to buy into. They want you suckling from their gynecomastia-riddled bosom here from all of the anabolic steroids they're injecting, taking their milk from their teat, no one else's, and you're paying for that privilege. Now, I don't know the whole context around what led up to this clip, but it seems like none of the clients in this session wanted to do this portion. So the instructor throws in the backpack, and the guy goes to, get his things, and then the instructor starts fighting him in this really stupid tug-of-war, and he's like, I'm not touching you. Stop touching me. I'm not touching you. Stop touching me. Stop touching me. I'm not touching you. So they have this, back and forth. And then one of the other guys is like, with all due respect, he's probably trying to make an argument for why it's fucking dumb for them to go into the ice bath. Maybe I should do something more productive with that time. And then he just keeps throwing up a big stink. You're touching me! You're touching me! You're fucking touching me! Blowing a gasket. And he's like, you're out of here! You're out of here, bub! You're not going in the water! They're going in the water! They're gonna be alpha males when they get in that water. It's like a fucking baptism! So get out! You're not welcome! One other common theme that seems present throughout all of the MDK project clips is that the instructors themselves seem like the most sensitive and insecure out of everyone that attends their classes. And it's pretty evident because on their own YouTube channel, they even have videos of them just whining about the hate they get. They have this little fucking therapy session where the two goobers sit across from each other just trying to suck each other off about no, we're not wrong. Everyone else is wrong. It's actually super embarrassing that you'd even make fun of us. Yeah, nothing says alpha male quite like someone breaking down and finally addressing the haters. Unbothered titans of testosterone here.
Look around, look at each other. Look to your left and to your right. More than 60% will not be here fucking Friday. I guarantee it. And I'll make sure of it. I'll make sure that you earn the right to be here every fucking second. Because I see in your fucking eyes that most of you don't fucking belong here. And I'll be damned, I'll take this fucking knife off my fucking waist and carve this fucking tattoo off my fucking hand before I let any of you fucking bitches Show up here on Friday for the graduation. I see it in your fucking eyes already. Your fucking souls are mine.
Your souls are mine? Calm down there, HGH Shang Tsung. My God, it just when you thought it couldn't get more cringe. So this is like this is how he motivationally speaks to the class. This is like his idea of what a strong leader is. Someone that's just whining and screaming and shouting and is just unhinged, a loose cannon. When he pulled that knife out, I thought he was going to go up and start, like, threatening them. I'll carve your fucking scalps off with this knife if you don't start getting in the ice baths and letting me spray you with a hose more often. That's a big thing that I like to do, is spray them with a hose. I showed a ton of those clips last time. I won't bother again. That's, like, the main thing. That's basically, if you want to sign up for the MDK project, there is one client I think could benefit. Anyone that happens to be hunted down by hoses. Like, if you're constantly harassed by getting sprayed in the face by a hose, this might be the class to take, because you're going to be immune to it by the end of it, because that's like all you do here for 3 fucking days. But anyway, he's got his knife out, he's waving it around, he's slamming it like a toddler having a temper tantrum over nothing here, then says he's going to carve off the thing on his skin, which I'm assuming is the MDK logo. They have their own little cute logo. I'll carve this off of my skin. It's like, oh no. Okay. Why would you do that? I guess. That's a weird threat to be making. It seems like you just kind of want to hurt yourself. Alright, it's a little alarming. I don't really want any part of that type deal. But this is also something he does for most of his classes. There's a few clips of him saying that exact same thing. He really likes to threaten that he's going to carve out his own skin.
60% you will not be here on Friday. I will make sure of it. You will earn the fucking right to be here on fucking Friday night. I will cut this fucking thing off my head before I let anyone you little make it to that dinner table that don't fucking deserve the right to be here. I'll fucking make sure of it. I'm waiting out the fucking basis.
This one made me kind of sad, because look at the two gentlemen in the front row. They're no spring chickens. They have to be late 50s, early 60s, if not older. Why on God's green earth would you be paying $18,000, taking it out of your grandchildren's college fund, to spend it to be here getting sprayed with a hose and yelled at by a man who keeps threatening to cut his hand?
Tape! Get to the tape! Get to the fucking tape! Move! Move! You stupid!
This isn't even a popular clip from them or anything, but it's one that I saw that I think is a great example of this guy's mentality. He's actually like a child with a sugar rush. He's just slamming a chair against a dumpster. Move! Get to the pit! Get to the pit! Like, you could just tell them, what does slamming the chair against the dumpster do? You're just making noise for the sake of making noise. It's like a child with like 2 garbage can lids banging them together. What the fuck? This is your instructor. He can't control, like, his excitement from all the sugar in his body, I guess. It's so silly. But yeah, I won't keep going on. I've already made a video talking about the MDK project, but since a couple of those clips were popping off again on Twitter, I just had to take this opportunity to laugh at them. That's really about it. So yeah. For decades now, nay, for centuries, men have always wondered, how do you respond when an alpha male insults you? A question that has plagued the minds of the masculine brain for too long, and today I found the answers on a pickup artist forum page. Now, most of you know, I love pickup artistry. I think it is the most pure cringe. It's like a new element for the periodic table of just like this condensed cringe that is truly just a unique blend of delusion, patheticness, desperation, and loneliness, all rolled into one fine joint that I love to smoke. So if you don't know what pickup artists are, it's men that read these guides, buy these courses on how to pick up women in the field. So in real life, how to approach women with pickup lines and get laid. And it has pretty much a 0% success rate for the majority of pickup artists, which makes it so fun. And it's of course extremely creepy, but it's hard not to laugh at it. Now, what we're going to be talking about today is a post that I was made aware of from 2010 on a big pickup artist forums site. And it's all about how to respond when an alpha male insults you. This is vintage cringe. List down insults you have heard and we'll find cool answers to them so you're prepared when alpha males try to make fun of you. Like this. Insult. Why do you smell funny? Answer. It's called soap. Don't think you've ever smelt it before. and then in parentheses, this is your like indicator. You don't want to say this out loud. This is just notes for you. Make a big smile and tongue mouth. I don't know what that tongue mouth means. Like, do you stick your tongue in his mouth so you just fucking French kiss him? Why do you smell funny? It's called soap. And you just like get in there. Like, I don't know what tongue mouth means. Maybe that's like early mewing. This may have been mewing before it was cool. I'm not sure. But yeah, basically you say it's called soap and then you hit him with none of these and then like that, I guess. Now, I'm not exactly an alpha male, but I imagine that you'd probably get your ass beat if you did that, because it'd be creepy. It'd probably be ruled self-defense because you came at him with that like psychopath energy with that response. Now, it's written like a fourth grader came up with this. Why do you smell funny? What kind of adult would ever say that to somebody, to be honest? They'd probably just say like, you stink or you smell like shit, not why do you smell funny? But you want to know what's wild is I know it's not a child that wrote this, because all of these pickup artists back in their heyday were like early to mid 20s, sometimes early 30s. So this is a grown adult that came up with this. Dude's just stewing in his swamp ass in his room, coming up with these imaginary scenarios with insults, and then like theory crafting the optimal response to it. And he comes up with this zinger. It's called soap. God, that's lame. He was probably one of the lead writers on the new Saints Row game. That's that quality of writing. Continuing forward, insult. Wow, what an ugly t-shirt. Answer. Yeah, that can be fixed, but your face can't. Bang, bang. And then everyone that's in the vicinity just starts clapping, going, ooh. A male tries to make fun of you by saying something like, oh, you're so cool, or you look like insert funny man, creature, whatever. Good answers could be, I wish I could get even half as funny as you one day, and then ignore him. Or, aw, look at him trying to be funny. And now he takes his bow saying, bring him on, welcoming the rest of the pickup artist community to contribute some of their own insults and answers. These are pretty powerful, so I hope you've got your pen and paper out to be taking notes on these in case you ever need to unleash them. I don't know where these insults are coming from. Like, these aren't insults I think anyone has said for the last 50 years to another human being. What kind of alpha male is going to say, wow, what an ugly t-shirt? I can't picture Chad Fuckhammer out of the blue walking down the street, seeing a pickup artist and being like, wow, what an ugly t-shirt. No, who does that? Where? In what fantasy? Like, I just really don't think this is happening. There's not like this secret war between the alpha chads and the pickup artists. But even in this fantasy land, the pickup artists are making themselves the losers there too. with the chads saying your shirt's ugly, or you look like weird creature, or whatever. Like, it is actually sad. And I've said this before. Pickup artistry used to be a huge movement. Luckily, it's died out very much over the last few years, but back in the 2010s, so many young men bought into it, bought courses and all kinds of guides and shit. It was like the early looks maxing, but for getting laid through the worst advice and the creepiest lines you could ever possibly imagine. So I have no doubt that this guy here is one of those individuals that really like bought into it hook, line, and sinker, and hopefully 14 years later they have realized that that was just a cringy period of their life and they have grown from it. That's what I'm praying for. Now, the rest of the comments don't really play into like, here's an insult, here's an answer. They're mainly saying like, if an alpha male insults you, just brush it off. You're better without that kind of stress anyway. But there are a couple that do give you some kind of insult and comeback, like this post. I agree with the others. You shouldn't feel the need to rage/give a comeback. Answer to the others, not him. If you have to, I would playfully correct the "you're fat" response. Again, what I'm reading here feels like it's out of like an old cartoon or something, with like a cartoonishly douchey bully that just all the time is shoving the main character into the locker saying, your shirt's ugly, fatso, or whatever. Get out of the hallway, stupid face. So that's the kind of energy here. I don't think any of this is happening to any of the posters. Hopefully not. I hope they're not getting bullied like this, and that's what's like the catalyst to these posts. But anyway, insult, you're fat, or whatever. Comeback, playfully, haha, well, you're ugly. I can lose weight. Small pause where you look serious, then break into a playful smile and loosen up. It's like stage directions in theater class. Maybe they're all like classically trained thespians, perhaps. I'm not really sure, but this is so interesting. Like, imagine you're trying to, like, recall these steps if someone says you're fat, and you're like, you're ugly, I can lose weight. Oh, I forgot the small pause. Okay, then break out into a small, playful smile, loosen up. No, just kidding, dude. You're great. Pat on the shoulder to lower his social value, then turn to the group like nothing happened. How does patting someone on the shoulder lower their social value? Do you have the cheese touch? You just reach over, pat him on the shoulder, and he's like, no! My social value, no! Like, starts melting. I don't get what this means. Like, this whole scenario is very peculiar. So it's in a group setting, and someone in the group just points to you and says, you're fat? Who would do that? The group must hate that person. They must not be like a friend to the group. I couldn't really understand what this one meant, but I really like the way that it's worded. So it's quoting some other post in here. However, if a target insults you, it's always beneficial to be witty in a cocky/funny way. I like how they refer to the alpha male as a target, making it seem like it's an assassination mission or something, like this, like you're Agent 47. And this pickup artist, quote, responds to that message saying, unless it's a shit test, then you win by pretending you didn't hear. Where am I? Pardon? I'm gonna need some more clarification. What does that mean? Unless it's a shit test, then you win by pretending you didn't hear. Is that a euphemism? Like, what am I missing out on? A shit test? You're submitting stool samples now? Or maybe, like, unless you're in a public restroom and you're shitting, and then the only way you win is by pretending you don't hear the person shitting. What does it mean? Am I overthinking it? I don't understand. I sat here racking my brain for at least 10 minutes trying to figure out what the fuck that could possibly mean, and I've got nothing. So putting this entire riddle together, however, if a target insults you, it's always beneficial to be witty in a cocky/funny way. Unless it's a shit test, then you win by pretending you didn't hear. Initially, I thought maybe it was some kind of War Games reference, the only winning move is not to play, but that doesn't really fit because what is the shit test in that equation? Are we talking about actual poop? Like real feces poop? Like I don't know. I don't know what it means. I can't implement this one. The alpha males are going to eat me alive. I can't follow these directions. You know what else I can't follow? Is this fanfic. This is the most outrageous nonsense story ever constructed. This is in the same forum post about like the insults and the comebacks. They're giving an anecdote here. I was in the field today with a friend of mine because he's a pickup artist soldier on the front lines. We were sitting and these two girls are staring at us. After finishing my milkshake, we went over there. My friend said, "Hey, what do you think of my friend?" Me. "I know, totally wrong approach, but you can always try." Sunglass emoji. Then she said, "He is ugly." My response, "I'm sorry, I don't think that it isn't going to work out between us because you are too arrogant." When their jaws finally touched the ground, we walked away. Evil emoji. Mwahaha. I never talked to such a bitch, but I still wonder why they were looking the whole time. Of every story ever told, that's definitely one of them. What a lot to process. So they were drinking milkshakes, and there were some girls staring at them, so they go over and say, "What do you think of my friend?" And they say, "He's ugly." So he says that it won't work out between them because she's too arrogant, and for some reason that put their jaws on the floor in shock. So then they walked away, doing an evil Joker laugh, mwahahaha, like Mandark from Dexter's Lab. Pretty cool story with a very strong positive message buried deep within there somewhere, I'm sure. Hopefully this has been helpful to those of you out there that are being preyed upon by the alpha males. Hopefully this gives you the tools to fight back with witty comebacks. That's about it. See ya.